The man just got a folding ruler and immediately bit it open with his mouth. Then he took out a piece of chewing gum and softened it. He fixed it to the top of the ruler, slowly inserting it into the hole. The moment it touched, it triggered the phone screen. Mark was thrilled. He quickly entered the unlocked password, but because the ruler was too soft, he entered the wrong password 3 times, locking the phone for a minute. Now he could only use the ruler to regain his strength. Since his right hand was pinned to the ground by a steel bar, being able to dial the phone inside was his only hope of survival. But in half an hour, the timed explosive device would activate. At that point, he'd be dead for sure. Mark tried again, but unexpectedly, he pressed too hard, and the gum stuck to the phone screen. There was no choice but to chew another piece and fix the gum properly. This time, he was extra careful. Luckily, he entered the password successfully on the first try. He quickly dialed the emergency number. However, just as the call connected, before he could explain anything, the signal suddenly cut off. Mark tried to continue, but unexpectedly, he pressed too hard, and the phone fell over. At that moment, Mark completely broke down. He yelled in frustration, but the constant broadcasts outside kept reminding him that the explosion was drawing near. As he was hanging his watch, he noticed a box stuck on it. Mark gritted his teeth and started to twist his body in agony. After a long time, he finally used his foot to take the box down. Inside, Mark found a file. He looked at the lock above his head and instantly felt a surge of strength. He began sawing at the lock desperately. Not long after, he managed to cut it open. Then he took out the ruler and pushed the bathroom door with all his might. But the ruler couldn't withstand the force and snapped. At this moment, the alarm went off again. Only 15 minutes left until the explosion. His time was running out. Mark took out a small knife to cut off his injured arm, but in the end, he couldn't bring himself to do it. Mark picked up the rangefinder. Suddenly, an idea struck him. He propped up the bathroom and measured the distance to the opposite wall. Then he sketched a rough map on paper to estimate his location. He took out his lighter and removed his pants, wrapping them around the hammer. He lit the pants with the lighter and tossed them outside, hoping to get someone's attention. But to his surprise, thick smoke soon began to fill the room.